What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. So we got Shift Up, the Stellar Blade developer. And of course, Stellar Blade developers should be very familiar to you if you've been watching this show or this channel for any amount of time. Yeah, we had that whole petition of hashtag free Stellar Blade, got up to 90-something thousand signatures. And we're calling it a victory. We called it a victory because we got essentially the two outfits that they took out put back in, even though many other outfits were also changed, and the gore was changed and artwork was changed. And so whatever, I don't think exactly it was the victory that Grums put it off to be, but Shift Up is still out there and people were happy with it, I guess, and they've gone public. And when you go public, that means you have to post your TPS reports. Oh, sorry, that's Office Space. You have to post your ESG reports. And so Stellar Blade developer Shift Up officially went public and raised $320 million in its IPO. However, it was also revealed that the company is hiring an employee to publish ESG reports. Wait. ESG reports? We'll talk about it in a second. So, Games Industry reports that the IPO is the largest one in South Korea in over 2 years. Impressive. And the first to raise over 50 million since PUBG developer Krafton raised 3.8 billion in 2021. In fact, it was the second largest IPO in South Korea in 2024, only behind HD Hyundai Marine Solutions for 553 million. So, yeah, a lot of momentum behind Eve and Stellar Blade and Shift Up in general. I'd hold on to that momentum, though. After the company went public, a job posting on the company's website was discovered by ex-user Panda Casual for an IR representative or manager. One of the duties of this position is to lead a team in the publication of ESG reports. And you can see that here, lead other team members related to tasks such as public disclosure of listed companies, committee work, and publication of ESG reports. And I was like, what are ESG reports? I mean, you hear us talk about it all the time. It is in many a video game and movie. And here we go. By the way, no matter what this says, we found out started in the United Nations in the early 2000s. Originally targeted towards deforestation and trees and all that, and then very quickly moved to climate change and other nebulous things, where they realized that the population's investments and retirement funds were just sitting there waiting for them to take. And that's how it starts. So ESG stands for environment, social, and governance, and many companies have them in order to obtain money through various ESG funds. However, according to a report in the Harvard Business Review, these funds have not performed well. Sorry, I'm having a Chris Gore moment there. They have not performed well, and that was the point, is that all that ESG money that kept tanking, allowed gaming companies and movie studios to tank these losses. You're like, how can they keep doing this when they're making movie loss after movie? Like, look at all of Marvel, right? ESG funds, but those are drying up. So that's the point. It's because they're not profitable, because people are catching on, that because the narrative is horrible on their end. Everyone knows what ESG is now for the most part. So Sanjay Bhagat explained at the end of 2022, to begin with, ESG funds certainly perform poorly in financial terms. In a recent Journal of Finance paper, University of Chicago researchers analyzed the Morningstar sustainability ratings of more than 20,000 mutual funds representing over $8 trillion of investor savings. Although the highest rated funds in terms of sustainability certainly attracted more capital than the lowest rated funds, i.e. people with high ESG scores or sustainability scores got more people putting their money into it, none of those high sustainability funds outperformed any of the lowest rated funds. So even getting everyone trying to jump on your bandwagon and get their ESG scores up, the actual product was still lower than someone with just a regular everyday. Not only do they perform poorly, but they don't actually deliver on what they promise. Detailed here, ESG funds don't seem to deliver better ESG performance either. And I mean, just look at what we just found out about who was actually behind the scenes on the Acolyte, who's actually, once you get past a certain percentage, who's at the top level of all these companies. It's not anyone that would be in an ESG sustainability underrepresented group report. And that's basically just what that finds right there. That even goes on to note the ESG targets may actually distort decision making. Shocking. Where have you heard us say that? That how could you make any decision, creative or otherwise, if you're super concentrated on this artificial list of check boxes that don't even actually get the representation you're checking the box for? James McIntosh reported academics have tried to repeat McKinsey's findings and failed, concluding that there is no link between profitability and executive diversity. And the methodology of McKinsey's early studies, which helped create the widespread belief that diversity is good for profits, is being questioned. Diversity of like superficial characteristics of skin color and sexuality, for the most part, that is not a strength at all. Diversity is a weakness in that case. What diversity is good, and that's what this country is yes, diversity of cultures and people. But then in spite of all that, we come together to embrace a common ideology, a common belief, American citizens, that then all that other stuff is melded into. That is the same thing with companies and all the other things. Diversity is great if it's diversity of thought, if it's diversity of ideas and approaches. But if it's just a bunch of people that all, the only thing they share is that, oh, I'm gay, I'm queer, I'm black, I'm brown. Who cares? What does that have to do? Clearly, that doesn't mean you can make a good game or write a good story or anything like that. So yeah, that is a huge fallacy that we keep spreading. And here we go, just from Grums, it was the last own. Shift Up is fallen after going public. They will be required to publish ESG reports. Now, everyone does this, including Tesla, so we have to see what the final reports focus. Now, yeah, that is true. Of course, all companies do it, and they have different levels. But like we just saw, even the people with the lowest levels end up becoming more profitable than those higher sustainability level companies. And that's because the way they're doing it, diversity is a weakness because it's not diversity of thought or opinion. And it's all the same ideology. That's the other thing. So yeah, wouldn't be expecting too many good things out of Shift Up in the future. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're just playing the game the way everyone has to, and they won't be changing anything. I don't know. Let me know what you think, though. Let me know. Make sure to like, share, and sub if you have done that. Thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And well,
bye.